Hey everybody, it's Eric from EP Autos, your libertarian car guy, and it's super foggy here in Southwest Virginia, and I'm driving through the fog in a 2019 Toyota Sienna minivan, which is mostly the same for 2019. They've incorporated Amazon Alexa, however, into the infotainment telematics, which I know a lot of people are into. I find it vaguely creepy. Because I don't trust Google, don't trust Amazon, and I don't like the idea of my car being able to listen into my conversations, which apparently Alexa does do, just FYI. So anyway, this minivan is the first minivan that will have that. Minivans have actually become kind of scarce. Some of you will remember when they were everywhere, kind of like crossovers are now. But that field has been winnowed to just a handful. There is the Sienna, there's the Honda Odyssey, and there's the Chrysler Pacifica, and there's the Dodge Caravan, which is the somewhat decontented, less pricey version of the Chrysler Pacifica. And that's pretty much it. I think Kia still makes a minivan too. I have to go back and double check if they're still making it for 2019. But the herd has been thinned. And I think part of the reason for that is because, number one, minivans are not very mini anymore. They're really huge. They've become kind of downscaled RVs. They're very big. They're also very expensive. You can spend nearly $50,000 on a minivan, if you can imagine that. This one, for example, if you've got the top of the line limited with all-wheel drive and all the bells and whistles, it's going to cost you about $50,000. A lot of money. So the market has kind of shifted. The demographic for these minivans now is not really families to cart kids around. It's more empty nesters who use them as RVs and drive around the country in them with captain's chairs and all of that. And they're super nice for that. You could live in one of these things. The 8-passenger version can take that many people. The 7-passenger version has captain's chairs. Take the chairs out, throw a mattress back there. You could live back there. A lot of people take these vans and add RV-like amenities to them. You could probably put a mini bar back there, a sink if you felt like it. If I had to live down by the river in a van, I wouldn't mind living down by the river in a Toyota Sienna minivan. And believe it or not, the thing can actually hustle pretty well. I was telling my friend the other day, whoops, see the fog? If I hadn't been paying attention and couldn't multitask as well as I can, I might have just hit that guy who pulled out in front of me in the fog. Anyway, talking to a friend of mine about it the other day, and the thing actually hustles pretty well. I was coming up the mountain. Local people will know what I'm talking about. Bent Mountain. It's a series of pretty fun S-curves, and I got challenged by somebody in a Honda Civic, an older Civic, and blew the guy away in the minivan, which he found enormously frustrating. I could see him fading farther and farther back because I was able to actually hustle this big van through the curves more adroitly than he could his little Civic. And in addition to that, the thing has a V6 with lots of power, so it actually accelerates pretty quickly. You'd be surprised how quickly this minivan goes. In fact, if I could take this minivan back to the 70s, it would be quicker than muscle cars of that period, like the Camaro Z28 and my own beloved Pontiac Trans Am, and I think even the Corvette, because back in those days, believe it or not, mid-late 70s, the quickest cars on the road took 7-something seconds to get to 60, and that's about as quick as a current minivan. So pretty funny stuff. You can really enjoy yourself in one of these things. I'll have more up on the site shortly. I also just posted a rant about the dearly departed George H.W. Bush, who will not be missed at all, at least not by me. So you can read that up on the site, and I should have an in-depth review of this Toyota Sienna minivan up within the next day or two. And thanks for viewing, and we'll catch up with you again soon.